Here's what I'm thinking. Hi there, my name is Joe.
And I'm Jessica.
We are homeschooling, natural living entrepreneurs.
This is a story of how we balance it all for the freedom to live our lives devoted to our family and faith.
Thanks for stopping by, subscribe, and come on in. So I got a friend that he runs two Ace Hardwares. It's like a local retail community store. It's kind of like a home goods, lumber store. He runs two of those, one here in Conway, one in Morrilton. And we've talked over the years about buying some closeout stuff, but I never have, just because it's stuff that I normally don't know. It's not product that I usually know. But he approached me with an opportunity to help him liquidate or help him sell a bunch of shelf pull stuff that they have had over the last year or so that he's wanting gone. They're being stored in a space that he's fixing to convert into a showroom for really nice riding lawnmowers and go-karts. And they're fixing to start this remodeling process, and he needs the stuff gone. So I went there and I checked out the stuff. And there's a lot of stuff. It's probably 6 to 8 pallets worth of stuff at least, of all kinds of stuff, of light bulbs, which I don't know exactly how I would move light bulbs, but there's casters that go on shelving units for the wheels. There's sinks, faucets, all kinds of stuff that we're going to help him move. We've decided to go ahead and help. Obviously, we're going to be making some money on this stuff, but it's going to allow us to get some extra work done, get Whitney to do some work, because we've been very limited on what she can do because there's not a lot of cell phones, so she's been in furlough for a while. So allowing us to bring this inventory on with no really upfront cost for us, it's going to allow us to help bring her back to work for a little while, and also give us an opportunity to make some money that we don't really have investment in, except for just spending labor, spending time to do it. So it's a lot of stuff. So he's going to be delivering it. Well, not he is going to have somebody deliver it to our storage unit this next week. And I've got to carve out a space in there. And there's a lot to do. It's Thursday, and there's a lot to be done between now and then. We've got our plans. If you watched the last video where we decided to not move and not get a warehouse, we talked about maximizing the space we have here in the garage. That's another project that I'm wanting to get started before we start unboxing more pallets and having more stuff to move. So there's a lot going on, a lot of projects to do over the next week that I've got to get started on. Here's what I'm thinking for our move around, and it's going to be a pain, but I feel like once it's finally set up, I'm trying to pop my collar for y'all. But once it's set up, I feel like it's going to be good. It's just going to be a pain in the butt to get there, but it's going to be the best bet in my opinion. So this room here, this is our converted carport storage room now that we keep a lot of our liquidation goods, at least our larger liquidation items. And what I'm thinking is to make this into our work space, is that this is a very insulated area, except for that wall over there. For now it's not insulated, but soon it will be. But it's a pretty well insulated area because this is an add-on. Like, this garage was not a original part, and they did a very good job of insulating the whole garage, but it's all insulated. It stays pretty cool in here in the summertime. Stays pretty cool. It stays a lot cooler than the outside temperature, and during the winter it stays a lot warmer than the outdoor temperature. But with a little breeze, a little air conditioner, a little heater during the winter, this is going to be a good space for us to be able to use to put our workspace in here. and it's just gonna be a pain in the butt to get in it because all of this stuff has to come out, except for those shelves. Those shelves will stay, but all of this stuff is gonna have to come off, and all this is gonna be gone so that I can insulate the wall and put some paneling on that side so that it's a little bit more aesthetic instead of a wall of insulation. And then in here, time being, these shelves can stay, but they're probably gonna have to come out this way because along this wall right here, we're gonna put our warehouse shelving that's in our storage unit, and they're 8 feet tall, and the ceiling is exactly 8 feet tall, so I might have to cut off 2 inches off the top to be able to lean the poles up, but they're 4 feet deep, and which is gonna come out to like right here. So that would be a narrow walkway. So these shelves are gonna have to move over, which is gonna be okay. And but that's gonna allow us the opportunity when we get these warehouse shelves in there, is that a lot of these big boxes like this, is right now they're going in this corner in here. You can see they're going vertical like that. Whereas, let me get into some better lighting. So like right now, they're going vertical on the ground. We've got all this wasted space up top. But when we get the warehouse shelving, we will be able to lay them much like this right here on a much smaller scale. Imagine those are big boxes and this is a big shelf. We'll be able to slide it in like this, have multiple shelves just like this, and we'll be able to fit a lot of boxes on those shelves. And then as time progresses, is that this run of shelves right here, let's call the blue bins on it, that will be moved to over here. All this stuff is stuff that I've got to get listed, that I've been avoiding, and I can no longer avoid it because it's got to get done, because with pallets and with the 8 pallets of liquidation goods, or goods that we're going to liquidate for our friend, we need space. But having the shelf here, and if you're having a hard time following me, I apologize. For you people who can visualize, you'll kind of get it, but I'm just kind of letting you know the process, kind of what we're going to be doing, why I'm doing it, and you can see it unfold, because it's going to create a lot of space. I figured we'll be able to fit 9 pallets of listed inventory on the shelves that we have and still have all of this empty space to be able to do unboxings, to be able to store pallets, to do all of those things, and it's just gonna be a pain in the butt to get there. But I need to start doing it because it's Thursday and the time is counting down. And yes, I'm wearing different clothes. I'm getting ready to go to CrossFit here shortly. We have a bigger mess. It's a bigger mess. Bigger mess. But in here, not so much of a mess. Starting to anyways. You can see. And it's a lot more space in here. So all this has got to go still. We'll go over in the corner. Refrigerator's not going to go. I think I'm going to try and fit the refrigerator in our little laundry area right there, because this little walkway has been blocked right here to get to here. So, you know, if you've been following us for a while, I don't know. It's just part of my behavior style where I get so busy with life doing stuff that stuff that I don't want to deal with right now. I just put it to the side, out of the way, and it ends up cluttering, and then it starts to stress me out because there's so much clutter. So then I have to spend like several hours organizing. You'd think by now I'd learn just to do it as I go, but I don't. It's not me. So I'm dealing with the natural consequences of my behavior, and it's not that fun, but it is what it is. So yeah, now I just gotta get all that moved in there, and then we'll be able to start moving the workstations in here, but only after I get all of those holes up there, get all that insulated or caulked so that way no air escapes, and then start putting some insulation in here, close up that wall, and we'll be good to go. Went to Home Depot, got some insulation panels and some foam to fill the cracks in. Jessica's fixing to go CrossFit now.
It's looking good, babe.
She's gonna really enjoy today's thing. It was amazingly fun. But I went with the panels. These aren't fastened yet, but I went with the panels instead of the rolls of insulation, just because if we would have done rolls of insulation, then we would have had to put paneling on top of it. And with this insulation panel, I know it's not as aesthetically pleasing to the eye for this space that we're in. Like, this is a temporary thing. I'm not going to try and spend.
But I can find a way to make it pleasing.
Yes, but I didn't want to have to spend extra money trying to make it look amazing. I mean, this is a converted carport. The main thing is making sure that it stays cold during the summer and stays warm during the winter. And these insulation panels right there, they should do the job. This stuff is pretty sticky. I didn't mean to get it on my hands, but I did. And it's sticky. Really sticky. Well, I'm all done with that. That stage one is complete, and as I've been doing this, the original plan was to put the shipping station and stuff against this wall, but since this wall we're not going to put any paneling on, we're just going to leave it the insulation because it's thick enough. It should provide adequate insulation, keep it cool in here. That I'm gonna go ahead and put the shipping station on this wall here to cover up the majority of this. It's like 11.5 feet wide. I'm not exactly sure how wide the shipping station is with the storage units and stuff, or the shelving units, but it should cover the vast majority of this because it should go pretty much from the floor to the ceiling. And that way all this is covered up. You don't have to worry about it. We don't have to worry about spending money to cover it up with some paneling and such, since it's going to be covered up anyways. That's where I'm going to leave y'all today. And because I'm ready to take a shower, because CrossFit and then working on this stuff, I'm sweaty and I'm pretty stinky. And you should be glad that you can't sell it. That you should be glad that you can't smell it, not sell it. But until next time, peace.